ShinRobjira.
Playmates One Eye over here is going to be standing at slightly under 6 inches tall, mostly similar to that of SkAr KiNg and Kong. I look like a motherfucking Puritan. Hell yeah. Unlike Kong, he's going to be blessed with some truly amazing articulation, and unlike SkAr KiNg, he actually looks kind of cool and not like a dope. I'm sorry, Playmates SkAr KiNg, you're not the coolest of the bunch. Maybe higher. So, Playmates One Eye, a figure we likely all never thought we would ever see, let alone in such a cool representation. One thing's for sure, One Eye is one ugly motherfucker. I look at this guy and feel pretty good about myself in the mirror in the morning, and for that, I must thank him for his existence. One Eye is definitely up there with one of Playmates' just more detailed figures that they've released. Both physical mold-wise and with the paint. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this much color on a Playmates figure before, or this much intricate variation. He's got a whited out eye, he's got a bunch of scratches on his face, he's got coloration right above his lip, kind of looks like he's got doo-doo up in there. He's got a tiny little grimace for a mouth. It kind of looks like he's already made corking out a hot shit joke already, so what's next? What other immature thing can I say? He looks like he's about to finish a 12-hour edging session. In all seriousness, though, we've got this splooch of red on his shoulder. We've got some red over here on his tits. Nipples intact with even more scars. And then we are going to get this light dusting of this whitish gray paint across all of his limbs. It's not as evident on this here shin over here, but for the rest of his body, yeah, he's going to be sporting gray on top of this more chocolatey or brown. Playmates, honestly, I think they cooked with One Eye over here. And seeing as how he released with Drown Viper, it really doesn't surprise me that much. Both of these figures seemingly just have it all. Fur details, scars, skin, really ugly face.
Looks like an adult baby.
Ritual habitual markings of paint and or blood from his enemies. One Eye is an absolute killer. Unfortunately though, it's the top of his head and this shoulder blade over here where all of the major paint is really going to disappear. It does look like we have some bald spots on his back over here, which is an interesting thing. We will see some of those balding points on the back of his arm over here, and from what I can remember of One Eye from the movie, his fur definitely was patchy. And more hilariously enough, he is going to have a bald singular monkey cheek. Dear sweet Jesus, the curvature of these cheeks is sublime! I know. I'm still gonna do it. And more of that detail variation of just balding spots all along his body is going to continue on, definitely delivering one of the strongest Monsterverse figures that Playmates has ever produced. One Eye will also come with a bone club. It is a softer rubber, so getting it into his hand won't be too bad. It was rather difficult on mine, so I did have to heat his hand up, but for the most part, not a bad accessory, not a bad looking accessory. I'm taking this off. I'm currently baking, but the details of this here bone club mixed with practically everything else on the figure really does just strangely make One Eye just really damn impressive. Playmates, how dare you? How genuinely dare you release this figure where my Playmates dealer Dorky Films couldn't get it before the end of the year? Because no joke, this would have been one of my favorite figures of 2024. I mean, it wouldn't have made it to the top 10, but it would have been there because this is friggin' awesome. Oh, I see why that gray paint isn't on this shin. It's because he doesn't have a balding spot on the front. Very, very cool, Playmates. He's gonna have some bald-ass monkey feet over here. We're going to get some toenails, some wrinklaging going on. Same on the other side. And just overall, in terms of paint and detail, One Eye is fantastic. Truly fantastic. Ugly as sin, but I absolutely approve everything bro's rocking right now. Seriously, if you haven't picked up One Eye yet, I don't know what y'all doing, but you gotta stop doing what you're doing and just pick this up if you can find it. Playmates with their distribution still sucks. I can barely get any of this here in New Jersey. Anyway, size comparisons, yes. Bandai Shokugan Heat Ray Shin Godzilla. Bandai Movie Monster Series Heat Ray Shin Godzilla. Bandai Monster King Series Shin Godzilla. Playmates Lava Playset SkAr KiNg and Playmates Battle Roar Shimo. SH Monster Arts Godzilla -1, still soon. Enski Wave 1 and 2 Shin Godzilla and Kamada-kun. Bandai HG Shin Godzilla Set 2 or 3, maybe, I don't know. And Playmates Suko and Doug. And now to cover that of articulation. He's got a lot. He's essentially SkAr KiNg but cooler looking. Oh dear Christ, it's going to look like I'm playing with a corpse. Up and down movement at the head. Fired. Very minimal up and down movement at the head, but it's there. We'll get a full swivel at his balding ass head. Full rotation at the shoulder blade over here. Arms can move out and back in very easily at the shoulder blade. We will get a swivel at the elbow over here. Not to mention a rather lovely bend at the elbow as well. A swivel at the wrist. One eye, like SkAr KiNg, will have an ab crunch out and back in. He do got the squeaks. Which will, of course... My God. He arcing that booty out. Hell yeah. So it's going to be more so of a bend out than a bend in. We will get some two-side movements. Rather nice, rather nice. We will get a swivel up here at the legs. Legs will be able to kick up pretty far. Legs will be able to kick back more so out into the side because of those fat monkey cheeks. We're going to get a nice swivel and bend at the knee. And, yeah, nothing at the ankle. Leading to some actually pretty fun poses. I normally don't do posability segments for Playmates figures because normally they're really not too much to spit at, but as far as One Eye goes, he's quite great. You know what I think it is between Playmates One Eye and SkAr KiNg? One Eye just has much more aura than Playmates SkAr KiNg. I think SkAr KiNg really needs a more expressive face to even come close to this mastery, because One Eye just has more bulk than SkAr KiNg does, and it does make him look a lot more imposing. So maybe a roaring head or a smiling head for Playmates SkAr will make me feel a bit differently, but as far as I go, yeah. It's all about the boy! One Eye just positively clears SkAr KiNg, I'm afraid. And unless you're a completionist, I imagine you really didn't see much of a reason to pick this guy up. Well, now I think I have presented each and every single reason as to why you should pick this guy up. He's awesome. And yeah, SkAr KiNg had a lot of what's going on here, but One Eye is just infinitely cooler. I've been ShinRobjira, do so hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all on Monday with Voxel Wars -1 Godzilla. Thank you once again to Dorky Films for hooking it up once again. And whenever they find Drowned Viper or any of the new stuff that we saw at Toy Fair, I'll talk about it.